Describe about the anti-defection law. What is about the anti-defection law? So, see, anti-defection law, like Supreme Court upheld the Karnataka Assembly Speaker decision to disqualify 17 rebel lawmakers. So, there are 17 rebel lawmakers, and Supreme Court just said that to just disqualify these members. Okay, to just disqualify these members. So but allowed the rebel to contest the bypolls. They are allowed for the bypolls, for contesting the bypolls, but they are not allowed for the in assembly. Okay, so recently the Supreme Court asked the parliament to amend the constitution, the strip legislature assembly speaker of their exclusive power to decide on the matter of disqualification under the anti-defection law. So Supreme Court is asking to the speaker about the anti-defection law. Okay, so what is anti-defection law? First of all, in the constitution 10th schedule of the constitution, it comes under the 10th schedule of the constitution in 1985 by the 52nd amendment of the constitution. Okay, it laid down the process by which legislature may be disqualified on ground of defection, and presiding officer will decide the member should be disqualified or not. So decision of the presiding officer will be important for disqualifying a member. The presiding officer does not have the power to either indicate the period for which a person is disqualified, nor to bar someone from contesting the election. If someone is contesting the election during the anti-defection law, then he is not bar someone from contesting the election. Okay, a legislature is deemed to have a defected if one is defected. If legislature is defected, that means number one, he either voluntarily gives up. One is he voluntarily gives up the membership of the house. Second one is disobey the directives of the house. If he disobey the directives of the house, if he disobey the directives of the house, this implies that a legislature defining the party whip, if there is a defying the party whip, there is some party whip, so if he defying the party whip, that means he is not eligible for the vote. The law applies to both parliament and state assembly, and this anti-defection law is for both Lok Sabha as well as the state assembly. Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha as well as for the state assembly. Okay, so now exemption under the law. Legislature may change their party without the risk of disqualification. First, if the law means some exceptions are also there. So what kind of exceptions are in this law? So number one, the law allow a party to merge into another party if 2/3 of the members are agree to merge. If 2/3 of the members are agree to merge, then it will merged. If a person is elected as a speaker of Lok Sabha or chairman of the Rajya Sabha, then he could resign his party and rejoin the party once he demits the post. So if one person decided by the speaker of Lok Sabha or chairman of the Rajya Sabha, then he could resign from his party. If speaker is deciding that he is not qualified, then he may resign. Okay, so these two conditions are there: 2/3 merger or the speaker or chairman is deciding factor. Okay, now next one is related information, interpretation of various aspects of anti-defection law. Decision of the presiding officer is subject to judicial review. Yes, so judicial review may also be applied for this condition. Okay, first one is judicial review may also be applied for this. So what there is a Kyoto Holohan case, Kyoto and Holohan case, Jachihu. Kyoto and the Jachilu case is there. In that case, in 1992, Supreme Court was talked about for the anti-defection law. Okay, and this is applicable for the judicial review. Next case is the time limit within which the presiding officer had to decide on anti-defection case. So speaker to decide the disqualification petition in the 4 weeks. So there is a time limit of the 4 weeks, for decision of the anti-defection, and that will be decided by the presiding officer. So the law does not specify any fixed time period, but presiding officer to decide on the disqualification. So Supreme Court asked the State Assembly Speaker to decide the disqualification in the 4 weeks. So Supreme Court told to the State Assembly decide in the 4 weeks. So this whole scenario about the